There are 3 things you need to do right now if you want to get more leads, customers, and sales for your business. First, you need to be using a yes ladder. If you're having issues not only getting your customers to take the first step, but actually follow your funnel all the way through to becoming actual paying customers, then this one simple addition is going to solve all that for you. Next is something I call the marketing cliffhanger. Every successful and profitable campaign uses these to keep their customers on the edge of their seats, desperate and practically begging to know more. But don't worry if you've never heard of this before. Most haven't, so I'll show you exactly what it means and how to use it to make more sales. And lastly, you need to use the FOMO Duo, which I appreciate sounds like some kind of Italian fashion brand from the future. FOMO Duo. But is actually one of the most powerful psychological marketing hacks that you can use to immediately increase your sales. So let me show you how it's done, starting with the all-important yes ladder. There's a popular phrase that goes, small steps lead to big gains. Well, the yes ladder is the epitome of that concept in the marketing world, and your golden ticket to higher conversion rates. This isn't some Harry Potter level magic. The yes ladder is the psychological principle of building rapport and trust through incremental commitments, and is a way of turning a simple nod of approval from a potential customer into a thundering yes with hordes of people screaming, "Take my money!" In its most basic sense though, the yes ladder is about getting potential prospects and customers to agree to small stuff first, which then makes it a whole lot easier and more palatable to get them to say yes to the big stuff later on. Now, if you're a fan of science-backed approaches like I am, then you're gonna love this, because the yes ladder is supported by the psychological principle of commitment and consistency, famously talked about by Robert Cialdini in his book Influence. How it works is that once someone says yes to you, it's kind of like a domino effect. That first yes leads to a second yes, and then the next yes, because we as humans like to be consistent with our previous actions. And nobody is immune. If you've ever taken an online quiz that promises to reveal what your favorite color says about you, only later to find yourself halfway down a funnel selling you a $50 planner that promises to help you get your life together, well, you've seen the yes ladder in effect. But here are some more real-world examples of the yes ladder taking place all around you. First, email campaigns, where a simple "do you want to learn more" can lead to a product demo, then a trial subscription, maybe even a full-blown membership. Or how about free samples at your local grocery store? Not just giving out free cheese for the fun of it. They're doing this to get you to take that first rung of the yes ladder. Next thing you know, you're going home with a whole wheel of brie, questioning your life choices and what brought you to this point. And as I've already covered, interactive quizzes. Quizzes are essentially one giant yes ladder, with each question building on the next until ultimately at the end they're able to present you with some kind of an offer that you just simply can't refuse. So that's how yes ladders work. The next question then is, how do you build one of your very own? Well, my friend, here are 4 simple steps to using a yes ladder in order to create your highest converting campaign yet. Step 1, start small. Ask questions or make requests that are just really easy, that saying no would be weird, like, are you a human being? Step 2, provide value. Give them something in return for their commitment, like valuable information or a free sample. Think cheese samples and answers to important questions, like who's your celebrity doppelganger? Detective Pikachu. Step 3, scale up by slowly escalating the level of commitment, never jumping too far too fast. Baby steps here, my friend, baby steps. And step 4, seal the deal. Once you've built enough trust and rapport, go in for the big ask, the sale, the subscription, the ultimate commitment. As the marketing proverb goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, build a yes ladder. I think that's how it goes. Next up, the marketing cliffhanger. Have you ever had that nagging feeling that you've forgotten something really important? Let's say there's a big campaign that you're working on, but you're trying to enjoy some downtime with your friends and family, but you just can't seem to get rid of that "I know there's something that I need to be doing" feeling. Well, I've got good news, my friend. You're not losing your mind. Well, you could be. I'm not a doctor. But at least in this case, the thing that you're experiencing is called the Zeigarnik effect, a fancy pants name that describes your brain's incredibly annoying but incredibly effective way of reminding you of any unfinished business. This psychological principle suggests that incomplete or interrupted tasks tend to stick in your brain and get remembered longer than completed items that you've successfully checked off your to-do list. And it's the same principle that marketers, writers, and TV producers use to create truly bingeable content that keeps you coming back for more, even when you know you've got better things to do. In marketing and storytelling, we call these cliffhangers, or open loops. And if you've ever been talking to a friend and then been interrupted right before they get to the good part, or you've ever read a book or watched a movie that ended with a black screen or to be continued, or basically any other kind of inconclusive and unsatisfying ending, then you, my friend, have experienced the power of the open loop. Is it frustrating? Absolutely. But is it compelling? You betcha. And if you're not leveraging this powerful psychological marvel in your marketing, then you're leaving both attention and money on the table. One of the easiest and most effective ways to create viral content is to hijack your customers' brains with open loops. By failing to give someone the full picture and leaving them wanting more, open loops trigger the release of dopamine, our gimme more neurotransmitter in the brain, creating an almost irresistible urge to know what happens next. And don't just think this technique is confined to your favorite Netflix drama. Open loops are everywhere, and you can infuse them into your marketing like a chef adding a dash of salt to bring out the flavor in a dish. For example, have you ever received an email that starts with, "The biggest mistake you're making is ... and then makes you wait till the end for the reveal? Classic open loop. Or how about social media, where there's a captivating image with a caption that says, "You won't believe what happens next ... Or during basically any video or webinar ever, where you start with an enticing hook and then promise to reveal the secret at the end. Do this and watch your completion rate soar. Apple does this when they talk about a groundbreaking new feature that they're releasing, but wait until the launch to actually reveal what it is. Netflix does this with their next episode starts in 5 seconds. A loop you willingly step into even when you know it's time to go to bed. And online fitness gurus do this by posting transformation pictures with the caption, "Ask me how." The good news is there's an easy strategy that you can start using right now to start building open loops into every single part of your marketing. 4 simple steps, with each one building on the next to create truly bingeable, viral-worthy content. So to show you how it's done, I'm gonna walk you through each of the 4 steps in just a second. But first, I wanna introduce you to this video's sponsor, and tell me if this sounds familiar to you. Have you ever tried to log in somewhere and realized you forgot your password? And then, when you went to reset it, it made you come up with a completely new and different one, full of all sorts of letters and numbers and random symbols? Where's the sacred IBIS key? And you realized it was only a matter of time before you completely forgot this new password too? Now, you could just text your new password to yourself, but storing and sharing sensitive data by text, instant messaging, or email is not only a security risk, but also a giant time waster having to dig through old messages to find the one you need. And what about storing and accessing other credentials and things like alarm codes and PIN numbers and Wi-Fi passwords? Where are you supposed to keep those safe and secure? And what about when you need to start doing the same thing for your team members, your employees, and your contractors? What then, Adam? What then? Well, my friend, let me tell you. It's called Nordpass, and it allows you to save confidential information securely in one place that can then be accessed and updated by others when needed, and when you decide. It helps you forget about account resets because all your credentials are saved in one secure place with just a single click. And allows you to log into your online accounts seamlessly with usernames and passwords populating automatically into login fields whenever you need them. You can use Nordpass to make payments and purchases without having to tediously type out your details every single time, and you can share access between team members or contractors in order to make collaboration fast and easy. So instead of spending days or weeks granting access to company systems to new team members or contractors during onboarding, or worse still, failing to revoke access to team members who have parted ways with your company, which, not so fun fact, 1 in 4 people are still able to log into accounts from previous jobs, granting them access to information that they don't need and probably shouldn't be able to see. Well, with Nordpass, you can give or revoke access instantly with a click of a button. But the best way to see just how truly helpful this tool really is to try it for yourself, which is why I've put a link down in the descriptions below this video, where you can see Nordpass in action with a free 3-month trial. All you need to do is click the link and use the code ADAMNORDPASS, and you'll be all set. Here's a simple 4-step strategy that you can use right now to create binge-worthy content that your customers just can't get enough of. Step 1 is to set the stage. Do this by creating an enticing hook that introduces a problem or a question, but doesn't solve it. Step 2 is to give a bit. Here you want to give just enough information to pique their interest and curiosity, but hold back enough to make sure that they're thirsty for more. Step 3 is to time it right. The best open loops are ones that appear when your viewer is most engaged. Then step 4 is to close it, but then open another. Like any good episode, provide closure, but then open another cliffhanger that leads them to the next piece of content. For a practical real-life example, pay careful attention to how I end this video and the suggestion that I make for what you may want to do next. The big takeaway here is that you should try to make "to be continued" your new marketing mantra, because cliffhangers and open loops are your secret weapon to turn casual viewers into committed buyers. Next up is one of my personal favorites, the FOMO Duo. Batman and Robin, peanut butter and jelly, sales and marketing, some things are just better together. And none more so than the marketing power couple of scarcity and urgency. Also known as the FOMO Duo, they turn maybe later into take my money now. Now I appreciate the name FOMO Duo sounds like some kind of awkward attempt to try to fit in with the cool kids. Hey guys, so how about that FOMO Duo? But the fact is that FOMO, the fear of missing out, is an actual, real, scientifically backed phenomenon. One that often drives humans to irrational and impulsive types of decisions. And it's all based on the psychological principle of loss aversion that states that the pain of losing is psychologically about twice as powerful as the pleasure of gaining. In other words, people are more likely to take action and take risks in order to avoid a loss than they are to realize a potentially even greater gain. And when you bring scarcity, the fear of missing out on something limited, and urgency, the ticking time bomb, into the equation, you've got yourself all the necessary ingredients for a marketing eruption. Marketing earthquake? Marketing tsunami? You've got all the ingredients to make a lot more sales. And the opportunities to inject more scarcity and urgency into your business are pretty much endless. For email campaigns, you can use flash sales and countdown timers, which are the digital marketing equivalent of catnip. On social media, there's nothing that says you're missing out than an Instagram story or some other form of disappearing content that's gone in 24 hours. And you've probably already seen website banners with "there's only X left at this price" pretty much everywhere you go. Scarcity and urgency are two of the most powerful psychological elements you can use in your marketing, but there is a right way and a wrong way to use them. Do be honest. If it's limited, it should actually be limited. Do use data. Keep an eye on metrics to gauge effectiveness and avoid overuse. And do follow through. If you say the sale ends on Friday, it should really end on Friday. Don't use false urgency. Nothing breaks trust faster than a countdown timer that resets every time you refresh the page. Don't overuse them. Scarcity fatigue is real, and if you overuse this tactic, it becomes as effective as decaf coffee. Pretty much pointless. As great as all of these strategies are though, there's a few even more powerful psychological marketing tactics and strategies that I didn't have time to get to that I know are really going to help you, which is exactly why I've linked up a video right here that's going to walk you through exactly how to use them to make you even more sales and grow your business even faster. Make sure to tap or click that now, and I'll see you in there in just a second.